nearly 10 million baby boomers now raising kids or supporting an adult child while also giving a financial hand to an aging parent. They're called the sandwich generation.
Yeah, when you consider that in some parts of the country, nursing homes can cost as much as $10,000 a month. A lot of things that you should think about before the issues like that break your bank.
Yeah, absolutely. Our legal affairs contributor, Craig Wisdom, joins us now. It's probably a good reason, wouldn't you say, Craig, to buy some long-term insurance?
Well, it's sure a good reason to consider that issue and find out how much it's going to cost you and what the benefits are. It always comes down to an economic decision that each individual is going to have to make about how much it costs, what their risk tolerance is, how much money they have to self-insure, but they should at least look into the possibility with someone who's qualified to deal with long-term care insurance.
Well, what's the biggest problem with long-term care insurance?
Well, it's the cost. It's a very complex product as well, but especially if you can pay for it when you can afford it and when you don't need it yet, it could be a very long time you're paying those premiums, and that can add up to a lot of money. And especially for people who might be older and it might be a little bit more imminent, then those rates even go up higher.
Yeah, really the time to buy that is when you're not sick, because once you're sick, it's
probably not an option anymore at that point.
Exactly. The other option might be self-insuring. Tell me about that.
That's nothing more than essentially taking on the risk yourself to pay for your own care, to figure that you've got enough investment available that if necessary, whatever the odds are, you're going to need this long-term care, which, by the way, unfortunately are very high and a lot higher than a lot of the risks we face in our lives, that you're just going to be able to pay for it for yourself.
What are the other options out there? I mean, if you can't do self-insurance and you just don't have $10,000 a month, what are we doing?
Well, that's the backup plan, and that's under Arizona, the Alltech system, which is the Arizona long-term care system, which is essentially when you run out of all your money and need nursing care, that's when the state will pay for it.
Yeah.
But of course, there's a lot of stipulations with Alltech. You can't have property. I mean, you've got to...
Exactly. There's a lot of technical rules. There's some exceptions, but the basic thing is you have to run out of money, and if you're earning any income, it basically has to all go towards your care, and then the state picks up the rest. Yeah. So there's no money left once that's an option.
It's a tough spot to be in, to be raising a family and taking care of elderly parents, and maybe they're not as financially set as they should be, but you know, what do you do?
And that's probably one of the biggest reasons to at least think about the long-term care insurance option for yourself, so that your family won't have to deal with that in the long run if it becomes necessary.
Well, with medical technology going the way it is, we're living longer, and that means that problem increases down the road.
People are living longer, they're less likely to be able to stay in a family's home, which is kind of probably the older model, historical model. So yeah, that's about the only option.
Got to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
Craig, thank you. Appreciate it.
Like everything, you got to plan ahead.
All right, when we come back here on News 4 at 4 in our Love